Good morning, everyone. Before we start this video, I just want to clear a few points that what exactly we are going to cover in this video, right? Regarding microcontroller, I have seen that the many of the students who all are in a very early stage of programming, they are having many doubts. So to clear their doubts, to have some idea, some basic idea. So I'll start with the Keil software, which normally we are using for our microcontroller applications. And in that also, we'll be seeing many versions are available when you will be going to install this software. So very little differences there from each version. So if you will be knowing, if you'll be aware, or if you're a master of any one version, that will be enough to understand the other also. So we'll be doing here Keil version 4. So I'll share my screen, then we'll start the programming. So what I have done the planning, that starting I'll do few basic level of programs like the addition, subtraction, multiplication, then the data movement, with that their timer, how timer is working, how counter will work. So we'll be having few example on these. And then I'll introduce another software, that is the Proteus. So now I'll just brief about that, and when it comes, then I'll give you the detail about that. So Proteus, what we do, first we are just programming by using Keil software. But when it comes for the hardware part, so before that, normally what we used to do, we are just making a circuit by using Proteus. This is a kind of simulation. So that circuit we are just adding with that program which you have made in Keil, right? Suppose you want to see how the LEDs are blinking, how servo motor is running, how stepper motor is running, how keypad is working, and many more are there. So this circuit diagrams will make in a Proteus, and the programming part will be doing in a Keil, and then we'll just correlate these two, right? We'll just upload this circuit diagram, that program, and this circuit will make a connection, right? And then we'll see that how exactly this output is running. And after having verification from this simulation, you can go for the hardware implementation. So that also in my future videos, I'll try to cover that how to burn a program in 8051 IC, and after that, how to see the output which we have just made the programming, we have done with simulation. So how to see that programs in an actual hardware, right? So this is all about our agenda of this video, right? So before I start, I'll share my screen with you all, that Keil software. I just want to brief you, because normally I assume that you all are knowing the basic structure, basic instructions about 8051, because then only you'll be understanding this, okay? And I'll request one more thing, if anywhere, any point you will be finding any doubt, you can just write in the comment box. So in my next video, I'll try to solve that questions. First, I'll give attention to those questions, and then I'll continue the programming part, right? So before that, I just want to inform you a few points, which I hope you already are aware, but still. So the questions will be like, how 8051 is programmed? Okay, how 8051 is programmed. So the 8051 assembly language programming is based on the memory registers that you already know, right? If we want to manipulate data to a processor or controller by performing subtraction, addition, etc., we cannot do that directly in the memory. So for doing this, we need register to process and to store the data, okay? Then next point, why 8051 is named so, right? Many of you have this in your mind. So the Intel 8051 is an 8-bit microcontroller, which means that most available operations are limited to 8 bits only. All these things are called 8051 because they can all be programmed using 8051 assembly language. And they all share certain features, although the different models all have their own special features, right? But the Keil 8051 development tool, which we are going to start, are designed to solve the complex problems facing embedded software developers. That too, when starting a new project, simply select a microcontroller you use from the device database and the new vision that IDE sets all compiler, assembler, linker, and memory actions for you. So that will be very easy for you to prepare. Now we'll discuss few features of Keil C compiler, okay, which you are going to see. So we'll just see a few features so that will be easy for you to understand, to program. So the first feature is 9 basic data types, including 32 bits, IEEE floating points. Next, flexible variable allocation with bit, data, big data, I data, X data, and P data memory types. Next, interrupt functions may be written in C. You must be knowing that we can use assembly as well as C, both. But when you go for the advanced programming, where you will find out the Python and all, where we use Arduino and all, so the C++ is playing a major role in that, okay? So interrupt function may be written in C. Full use of 8051 register banks, complete symbol and type information for source level debugging are available. So these are the features of our Keil. Now, how to use a Keil to write a programs in 8051, right? So that I'll show you by sharing the screen. And then the last one will be, what is Keil software used for? Very interesting point. So the Keil 8051 development tools are designed to solve the complex problems facing embedded software developers. When starting a new project, simply select the microcontroller you use from the device database, and the new Fusion IDE sets all compiler assembly, which already I have told you. At the moment you will select your particular IC where you want to burn the program, so only clicking on those particular name, that particular IC, that device, all other things like compiler, assembler, linker, memory, everything will be set by all by using this Keil software, right? So this is a few important points which I thought that you should be aware before we start the programming. So now I'll share my screen so that you'll be having a better idea that how to proceed for the program, right? Okay, so I think my screen is visible to everyone. Okay, so here is a Keil version 4. So I'll just open it. And one very good feature is available here. So I'll tell you. So this will be work as a lifeline. So wherever you will be stuck, you need some help during programming. No need to visit Google or any books. Everything is available in the software. So here, this is a software. When you will open that, first you need to install it. If you have any doubt that how to install this software, you can write it in the comment box so that I'll make one video that how to install it. Like, so now after installing this software, click on that. The window will be look like this. Then, first of all, you have to create a project, right? You have to create a project. Then you have to create a file. First, you have to create a project, then you have to create a file, and you have to make a link between these two. Okay, so we'll start here. We'll just click on project, done. Then we'll be clicking a new Fusion project. If you want to open a project which already you have created, then you can click on open a project. But now as we are just starting, so we'll be creating a new project. So we'll be getting this window, name is create new project, right? So here you can give any name. So we'll be giving like micro, right? And we'll click on save. Done. So you will be getting this window where you will be having many different manufacturers, different devices are available. So here you need to select that which device you want to program. Selection of device here will set 90% of your things related to your device. Like what device you are selecting here, according to that compiler, assembler, everything will be set by the IT. So what you need to do, as I tell you in a before, like whatever programming we are doing, what is the ultimate goal? Our ultimate goal is that when we do the programming, after that, we'll do the simulation part by using Proteus. And then if you want to see that result in a hardware, in a breadboard or PCB, so for that, you need to put this program in that IC. So whatever device you are selecting here, you are supposed to add the same device at the last stage, right? So this is the preparation for that, okay? So here I'm going to take Atmel. Here you can see ATMEL. So we'll be clicking here Atmel. Now Atmel is having plenty of ICs are available. So what we are going to choose, I'll show you. We are going to deal with a 8051. So this is that, you see. You can note down AT89C51. Okay. So this we are going to choose. We'll click on OK. We are getting this message. Guys, this step is very important. I just want everyone to give your attention here that if you have done any kind of small or big mistake during the installation of this software, then you will not be getting this message. Suppose anyone has done or anybody missed some file during installation, so then also you will be getting icon on your desktop, you will be able to click that desktop. Till here, whatever process we have done, that you can do. You will be eligible to do that. You can create a project and you can reach till up to here, but you won't get this message. So if you're not getting this message, it means there is some mistake you have done during installation, okay? So when you will get this message, you have to click on yes. Again, yes. Okay, so now you can see we have target over here. It means our project is 70% created, right? We'll click on this plus, we'll be getting, I'll just maximize, yeah. So source group 1, again, we'll click here. Right. So now your project has been created. Now the time has come to create a file. Why this file is required? Because you have to write down your program in that file. So we'll be going in a file. We'll take a new file, right? Now we need to save it. So here you can see this is a by default name text1. So we'll just save. We'll click on save. So we'll be getting this window. Here you can choose that where you want to save this project. Suppose what you do, I'll suggest you make one folder in desktop, like I have made desktop. When I'll be going in desktop, you will be seeing one folder which I have created. You can create before we start. So MC practice, microcontroller practice. So I'm choosing this folder to save my project. Now again, I'll be giving the same name, but some differences there. So what name we have given? It's micro. So I'll give in micro. But now as we are starting a programming in an assembly language, so we write assembly. Assembly, what is the short form? ASM, right? If you are writing programming in a C, that also we'll see in our future videos. So we'll put .c. Here we put .asm. Okay, micro.as, done, and we'll be saving. So till now, whatever we have done, guys, we have created one project. We have created one file where we are going to write the program. Now, as I told you in the starting that now we need to connect these two, project and then file, right? So how to connect it? I'll show you. We'll click on right click will put by keeping the cursor on source, then add new item to group. It's not new, right? Because already we have made the file. So we'll click on add existing files to group source group 1. So you'll be getting this. Here also one verification point is there. You can consider it as a checkpoint where you can check that till now, whatever step you have done, that is correct or not. Okay. So as we are going to do a programming assembly, so files of type We'll put ASM source file, right? Now, the moment we'll be writing the name of that file, automatically it should come in the list because already we have created the assembly language file, right? Okay. So here we'll write MICRO. See guys, is it available? Are you able to see the micro.asm? No, this is not available. It means what file we have created was having some problem. Now we'll see how to resolve that. Okay. Again, we'll click on this micro. We'll click again on save. And again, we'll click here, right? Now we'll click on not new. We'll be taking like existing file. Okay. Again, we'll be doing ASM. We'll be writing it. So here I'll show you something. Just a minute. Okay, so again, I'll share the screen. There is some problem during sharing the screen. Okay, so I hope it's visible now. Okay, so now here you will be seeing like here you have made the project, here you have made the file, and just we were adding this to. Okay, so as I said, this is a new file. So it's not new. We have already created the micro.asm. So we'll be clicking on existing file. Right now we want to select a file available in ASM. So we have selected ASM source file. Then that program where we have saved, right, that you need to be remembered. So we have saved in a desktop where you have created a folder MC practice, right? Now we'll be clicking here MICRO and automatically you'll be getting a file that is micro ASM. Okay. So this is a checkpoint where you can check if your file has not been saved properly. So it will not come. So why before it was not coming? So what was the problem? Anybody can guess? Before why it was not coming? Because here the selected file was download, but where we have created the file, it was placed in a desktop. So where you have selected the file, where you have placed your folder, where you are putting your programming part, your saved file. So you need to select that here. Done. So automatically the ASM file will be visible here. Now we'll be clicking on add. You see here, this micro.asm has come. Okay, done. And we'll be clicking on close. Done. So now this file has been linked between these two. Now we'll double click on micro and we can start writing our program. Okay, so we'll end today here. So now you know how to open the window, how to create a project, how to create a file, how to establish a link between these two. Okay, now I was talking about a lifeline, so that first I'll tell you, then we close our video. So whenever you find any difficulty or any confusion regarding the instruction part, that what instruction, what is the sync test of writing that, how many total cycle they are taking. So for that, library is available. So here you can see a window, books window is there. If in your window it is not available, go in a view, click on view, click on books window. So see, as it was there, so now it has gone. So if you are not having this, then again click on view, click on books window, you'll be getting this. Now you see, after clicking on books, you'll be having tools users guide. In that, you'll be getting a complete users guide select. So click on that. See, full library is available for you. Now here you can see 8051 instruction set. 8051 instruction set. So you click on that, and again you'll be seeing opcodes instructions. So click on that instruction, and you'll be having all the instruction which you can use in your programming, right? Suppose I'll give you an example by taking move, MOV. This is the first instruction which we are going to discuss in our next video, okay? So when you will clicking a move, you'll be having all the syntax, all the operations, cycle, bytes, encoding, and the most important, you'll be getting a example also at how to use it. So that also can be seen here. So you are having this helping books available here. So before you'll be coming and seeing my next video, I'll request everyone to go through all those instructions. Just see once. You know already, you are aware of that. I know, I don't have any doubt. But before you start the programming, I request all of you to go through all the instructions one by one. And then if you have any doubt, put it in your comment box. And in our next video, first I'll point all those questions raised by you, and then I'll start the programming part, okay? Okay. So I hope, guys, you all are understood till here, whatever we have seen. So till now, whatever we have seen, first, how to open the Keil software, then what are the basic window of that, how to create a project, how to create a file, and then how to establish a link between project and file. Now our next point will be to writing a program in a file, okay? Then again, as already we have established a link, so we can check, we can troubleshoot if any errors are there. If not, we'll go to see the output. And output also, it's very interesting part in 8051 Keil, that you will be having a different register where you can see that window will be different, and you will be having a separate window to see the memory data. If any operation you are doing with the help of memory, so that will be saved in a different window. So that will be a memory window, right? Okay. So thank you, guys. Have a nice day. So we'll meet in our next video with a new programming in a assembly language. Okay. Bye-bye, guys.